baby.
That's what Donald Trump wants to do to the country.
Welcome to another episode of the Bullshit Show. I'm Dad. That's Nathan.
Hey, dudes.
And that was Anchor Baby, who was being so calm right before we started rolling. Then she decided to attack me. She's still upset about this whole Cleveland thing because Donald Trump is now the no longer presumptive nominee, the actual nominee. Can you believe that shit? Who would have thunked it? I mean...
She wants to stay in Trump Tower.
Yeah, I don't know about that. And apparently they have a good taco salad. Yeah, Cleveland. The dipshit convention. I've made it a point to watch virtually none of it. Because I'm not a Republican and I'm not a fucking idiot. And, I have no interest in what these morons are doing or saying. They recap enough of it on the news and on CNN that I feel like I've watched the damn thing. It's kind of sad the opening night with Melanoma's or what's her name? Melania's plagiarized speech, which nobody has yet to come forward. Apparently the speechwriter did come forward and apologize.
And said that she would resign.
Wanted to resign, but Trump said no. Yeah. Which is bullshit. So, somebody, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like they borrowed a line or two. I mean, it's one thing to make, to quote somebody, but there were, it was, I think they said on MSNBC, I think it was 58 words that were plagiarized, not just one or two. I mean, 58, that's a bit much. But, it's the idiot fest, and what's sad is Trump will now get a boost in the polls because that always happens on the conventions. Whenever the conventions end, there's a big boost in the polls. Next week, or I think it's next week or the week after, when the Democratic idiots get together, then Hillary will get a boost. And then we got it. Do you realize yesterday we still have 6 months to go before the election? 6 months. Is that right? August, September, October, November. No, 4 months. 4 months. I'm sorry, 4 months.
Still too long.
Oh, Jesus. And they haven't even started out on all their ads yet. We're getting bombarded because here in Florida we have a primary. August 1st or 3rd or something like that. We have a weird election schedule in Florida. A lot of states have been doing this lately. But, what?
iPod. Give me your iPod.
He wants my iPod.
I need to check on his porn.
Yeah, whatever. But we have a weird election schedule. We have a presidential primary that we had back in March. Where Rubio lost, of course, and then we have state and congressional election primaries in August, and then general election. We vote not only for who wins the primaries, but then presidential crap. So we have to go to the polls yet again, which hopefully I'll get a ballot by mail like I did the last election where I voted for Bernie. Yeah, feel the burn. Not anymore. The only burn we're gonna feel is in our asshole. Yeah, it's really sad, people. And like I said, man, no dicking around, no staying home going, I ain't gonna vote for either one of those fuckers. If you don't vote, it's like voting for Trump. And if you vote for Trump, you won't be my friend anymore. So, Anchor Baby wants to come back.
Here's a message.
Anchor Baby has something to say.
She told me that Donald Trump is looking for you.
Really?
Yeah.
What, does he want to be on my show?
No, I don't know. She just told me Donald Trump is looking for you.
Look at Anchor Baby. Isn't she cute? Look at, she got this big fat tummy. I like her fat tummy.
She's so cute. So, what's the next thing?
What else is going on in the world? Oh! You guys said it was okay if I talk about photography stuff, so I'm going to talk about photography stuff. I got a hell of a deal about a week ago or so. Of course, I've always been shooting film. It's always been my thing. But I've decided to foray into digital photography. And I'm a hardcore Pentaxian, which means that I am a buyer and user of Pentax equipment, which I think are every bit as good as Nikon and Canon. In fact, even better sometimes. But I saw a K2000 digital camera. It's like an 11 megapixel camera. It's an older model, but it was supposedly not working. Yeah, according to the ad on eBay, it said it didn't power up. So I managed to score this thing for $17. Okay, which if you purchase it new, it's about a $300 camera. So I get the thing. I pop fresh batteries into it, and it powers up. The thing works just fine. The only thing that it does is, for some reason, when you shut the power off, the date and time where it stamps on the pictures in the memory, it'll tell you all your settings and stuff. The clock keeps resetting every time I power down, but who cares? I mean, that's trivial. But so I got a hell of a deal, and now I need to experiment with Photoshop and especially Lightroom, which is photography software that I'm going to get, which I already have, in order to edit photos and process photos and all this kind of stuff. We decided to resurrect our Windows computer. We have a MacBook laptop that Jungle Bunny here uses, and but the Windows computer in the bedroom has been dead for what, a year and a half, 2 years. Last time we...
It's clean now. See, this is our new computer.
Yes.
And that is my background, by the way.
So rather than, I tried to fix the old computer, but the motherboard was fried, the power supply was kind of fucked. So it was going to be cheaper and easier in the long run just to buy a new computer. So as you just saw, I did a lot of research and ended up getting a Lenovo mini tower computer. It's not really a mini tower, it's actually a full tower, on eBay. I did a lot of research on eBay to make sure I was getting somebody from a reputable company. And I have to put in a plug for these people. Quick Bay Computers out of, if I remember correctly, I think they're in Ohio. Excellent stuff. They're prompt shipping, they're great people to deal with. And this computer, I thought all I was getting was just the computer. So I went ahead and purchased a keyboard and a mouse, and lo and behold, when I open the box, there's a brand new Lenovo keyboard and a Lenovo mouse in the box, which was a plus. The thing has features on it that I didn't even know I was getting, like a DVI card is installed in it, and extra USB ports, and it's a fantastic computer, and it's fast. I mean, it's got a dual core 3.3 gigahertz chip in it, and it's 8 gigs of RAM. I think hauls ass. It's really sweet. And we splurged and got a new monitor too. I got a Dell 20-inch widescreen, which is sweet. It's very sweet. And so we're back in the Windows computer business now. Now I just need to get out and take some pictures so I can shove them into Lightroom and learn Lightroom, which I spent an hour dicking around on Lightroom earlier tonight, and I realized I don't know shit about Lightroom. I couldn't even figure out how to import a picture, much less edit one or do anything with it. So I got a lot of learning to do. Whoa, nice move.
Nice boots.
Nice buckwheat.
I just can't.
But anyways, I won't babble anymore about cameras. But yes, I got a new digital camera, a new lens, and I'll have to tell you my story about my Zeiss lens sometime. I don't know if I should tell it now to kill time, but I got a Zeiss 50mm Tessar. It's like a lens from the 50s. It's made in, it's actually Zeiss Jena, which is the East German Zeiss company. Yeah, I know, Anchor Baby's playing with a string. They're great lenses. I swear, if you're into photography, I highly recommend you get a Zeiss Tessar. They are extremely sharp. I put it on the digital camera and was experimenting with it just to see how it looked. It was so sharp. I didn't have anything to take a picture of, so I had a camera. I just took a picture of my leg and my foot, and I blew the picture up, and you could see the hair on my toes, the freckles on the top of my foot. I mean, it was so sharp. It captured every friggin' detail. It was just amazing. But Zeiss is probably the best manufacturer of lenses in the world. Well, maybe second only to Rodenstock, but Rodenstock doesn't make 35mm lenses. So I've got the lenses, I've got the camera, I've got the software, I got the computer. Now I just need to get off my butt and go out and take some pictures. Except it's been 98 degrees here all week, and it's going to continue to be that way for the next couple of months, and it's too goddamn hot to go outside and do anything.
And they took all our trees.
They cut down all our trees, so there's nothing to take pictures of except tree stumps. Maybe I'll do a series on tree stumps or something, you know.
The trees.
Anyways,
A remarkable thing.
in an effort to avoid the heat, we went and saw a movie. G&G took us to
Big fucking giant.
The Big Fucking Giant. Steven Spielberg's latest odyssey into creativity and fantasy. Good film.
I thought, yeah.
Nathan really liked it. I thought it was good. I mean, I'd give it 2.5 stars. Yeah. It was a little boring. It was a little slow getting into it. But once it got going and it got into the real hardcore story, it moved along pretty good and was funny. There was, some good fart jokes, which, no movie's complete without a good fart joke. I mean, any movie in which you can see the Queen of England rip cheese is cool in my book. Spielberg's got to, excuse me, I got to itch my scrotal area. I'm not wearing pants, people. But yeah, I mean, Nathan really dug it. I guess because he read the book when he was a kid. I never heard of the book, so I'm not a huge Ronald Dahl fan. I Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory scared the hell out of me. The old version. The Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. I thought he was evil, and I saw that film when I was a little kid, and it scared the piss out of me because I was afraid the Oompa Loompas were going to come and get me and put me in chocolate. I was going to blow up like one of those everlasting gobstoppers, a bitch that became blue, and Veruca Salt, I think was her name. But
it was a bitch that got raped by the squirrels.
Oh, she got raped by the squirrels. Never mind. That's the only character I remember. But I found it to be a very creepy movie. Just like Wizard of Oz.
Johnny Depp wasn't that much better.
Yeah, the remake, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake, wasn't. It was still pretty creepy, but it didn't have the same spooky quality that the original had. But yeah, and I didn't think James and the Giant Penis or Peach or whatever it was called was that great either. Like I said, I'm not a huge Ronald Dahl fan. It was, it's worth noting that Melissa Matheson, who wrote the screenplay for E.T., this was her latest film and also her last. Unfortunately, she died during the production of this film. It wasn't because of the production of the film. I think she had cancer. I don't remember, but he doesn't know. But so it's sad. She was a good writer. And note, it's worth noting the passing of Gary Marshall, the creator of Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. You youngins out there don't know Happy Days unless you watch it on cable late night.
Who?
But Y'all, you probably, God, I almost said y'all. Holy shit, I've lived in the South too long. You probably know the movie Pretty Woman. That's probably the most famous film that he directed. But he was a very talented man.
I just want to point out something. If you sing Pretty Woman in London or anywhere in the UK, apparently it is illegal to sing that. Because every time I sang it when I was there, a siren would go off.
That's true. Of course, in London, there's always sirens. Wait a minute, Ray. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Yes!
Who's that to?
Okay, this one I'm going to have to dedicate to Stephen Tier, who asked for, holy shit, who asked for a fart. I'll get back to you soon, Lumpy, but this one for Stephen Tier. That's for you, dude. You got one? Oh, I thought he had a fart.
No.
But yes, BFG, good film.
Comments?
I guess we could do some comments. Where are we at time-wise?
16.
Oh, yeah, let's do some quick comments.
Alright, hey, if you worked with some meth, you'd be called Breaking Dad.
Yeah, I know. I'm Walter White here. I just still want to know if you take crack, can you reverse engineer, or meth, and reverse engineer it back to Sudafed? Because I can buy meth in the middle of the night without a prescription. God damn, that thing's lingering. Spicy nacho Doritos, people. He has 2 iPods and he can't come up with a goddamn comment.
Do the cats ever talk to each other? If so, what do they say?
Yes, they talk to each other all the time. It's hilarious. They sit there, mostly about the birds and about us. They say bad things about us. I know they do, especially Boots. She, I think she always says, "My God, I can't believe what a fat fuck these people are." But,
you just roasted yourself, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's called self-defacing humor, people. Look it up.
Yo, Dad, what's your average day like? Drugs, crime, giant orgies?
All the above, people. It's fun and games from sunrise to sunset. No, actually, I sleep a lot. Like I said, it's been in the upper 90s down here with like 300% humidity. So you kind of hibernate in the summer in Florida. So we're up all night. In fact, it's now what, 4:30 in the morning?
5:30.
5:30 in the morning on Thursday, July 21st, and we're wide awake doing a show. How stupid.
Don, there's a crazy rabbit.
I'll get my sweater. Yeah.
The cat's nearly as fat as him.
Not really. She's got a tummy on her, but not nearly as fat as me. Hey people, you make fun of me, but I've lost weight. Since my heart attack, what, almost 2 months ago, I've lost like 11 pounds. Yes, even eating Taco Bell. So fuck you. So, a lot of it's just fluid that I got rid of.
Do you have a fan page yet? If so, do you want me to make one?
Go for it. Particularly if it'll get us chicks. I'm all for anything that'll get us chicks. So, I'm for it. And I'd like to see more fan art. We had some really good stuff come in, and I haven't seen anything lately. And people send us stuff, you know? Email me, camera1129@yahoo.com, and I'll tell you where to send stuff. He's telling me to wrap up now, so I guess we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
So
that's it for this episode.
This is the bullshit show light, I guess. It's kind of a lame episode.
You know what? This is the first episode in a long time, I think, that we haven't talked about somebody dying.
Well, I talked about Gary Marshall dying.
Well, mass shooting wise.
Oh yeah, no mass shootings. You know.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, until next time, ladies and germs. Hey, dudes. Hey!